Okay. Hello, everybody. So I promised that I would come back tonight. Decided to try something a little different with my lipstick. So I know it's not matching my shadow, but that's okay. And I decided I'm going to have, I think it's a little bubbly, Spumante. And I want to talk to you about celebration or toleration. Good evening, Vivian, my cousin. Good evening, Samuel. Good evening, Mallory, also my cousin. I'm grateful to have you guys here. I'm grateful to be here with you. Okay? I wanted to talk to you tonight about toleration versus celebration. Oh, that's good. Excuse me. Whew, bubbly. Hey, Risa. A lot of times we make the mistake of staying in places that we shouldn't be for far too long. Hey, Taj. And I really wanted to talk about that tonight. Some of us stay there because that's where and how we grew up. I'm really trying to leave my hair alone. My mom says when I do my lives, I'm always in my hair or messing with my face or playing with, hi Risa, or playing with my titties. So I'm going to try to keep my hands out my hair, off my face, and off my breast. So forgive me. I think it's a part of my nerves. Anywho, sometimes we stay in spaces far too long. 9 times out of 10, it's because it's a place we grew up at. So we stay there out of habit. We stay there out of some sort of form of loyalty. And it's unfortunate because a lot of times we do that to our own detriment. So I want to talk to you about being able to recognize the signs when it's time. Lipstick on the teeth. Didn't say anything about not messing with my teeth. Comfort, right? But here's the thing. It's almost like wearing clothes and we grow and the clothes stay the same. So when you are wearing clothes and your clothes stay the same, eventually you start to stretch outside the parameters of those clothes. Something that was comfortable before now becomes tight and restricting. And you feel like you can't breathe in it, you can't move in it, you can't work in it, and it's hard. So I need you guys to start thinking about moving beyond your borders, moving beyond your level of comfortability, moving beyond what you know, right? Oh my God, it's so hot in this corner. Yeah, I gotta open that window just a little bit. It's really hot over here. Yeah, so moving beyond what you know and what feels comfortable, because just outside of your comfort zone is what Spirit has for you. Who and what are you tolerating? Who and what are you allowing into your space? You know, and you guys hear me say that a lot, and I keep hoping that when I keep repeating it, that it'll lock somewhere in your psyche and you begin to understand what that means exactly when you have people in your space. You know, those people that you deal with just because they always been there. The family members that you may not necessarily like the things they say or do, but you swallow it because guess what? That's my sister, that's my brother, that's just how they are. That's my mom, that's her mouth, that's my dad, that's what he thinks. That's my grandma, you know, everybody knows how she is. I'm asking you, what are you willing to do? I'm telling you today that if I had another title for this talk that I'm having with you, for this reading level that I'm having with you, it would be Get Uncomfortable. get uncomfortable, because when you get uncomfortable, that's when it evokes change. Discomfort evokes change. Comfort means I don't need to go anywhere. I'm okay right where I am. I don't need to look at anything else, face anything else, try to do anything else, because I'm comfortable. So I don't have to outstretch or stretch outside of the parameters of who or what I am. And comfortability is an enemy. It is an enemy. When you get too comfortable, you stop moving, you stop doing. So I came on this morning, and my title was Easy Like Sunday Morning, right? Or read you, because I'm reading with cards, write you, and get you off the shelf. So I have my cards tonight, and I am pulling cards for you guys. So if you have any questions, please just type them below. Yeah, right there, right at the bottom. And ask your questions, or maybe you want a general reading, that's fine. I'm doing donations tonight, as I do every night, only because it's important to do reciprocity exchange. It's the law of reciprocity, a balance, if you will. So as I work to give you what Spirit gives me to give you, you compensate that work by doing a donation. Now, some of you can, some of you cannot. Some of you donate. I've had people donate 2-3 days, maybe even a week after I pulled their card. That's fine. That's fine. But please feel free to ask. Melissa says, my apartment situation in Philadelphia. When will I find one? Let me pull the cards and see what Spirit gives me. How y'all doing out there? Y'all all right? In my Erykah Badu voice. You're welcome, beloved. Spirals of Manifestation. This is the card you got. So Spirit says you have to continue to act upon. Now, look at what's in her heart chakra and in her mind. So you got this card in direct answer. Your apartment situation will open up as you start to receive more that this is really happening. You know, you already got the indication it's happening. You got hired, you got the job. Now you start the work by doing relocation. And how you do relocation is you begin to go, put your fire out, set things afire. Go to everything you could possibly look at. You're going to Craigslist. You're going to Trulia. You're going to, what are some of the other apartment search engines? So you can have and will have a lot of things open up for you. Okay? So Spirit is saying it's dependent on you because you're a strong manifester. You know, and I know you hear that a lot, but Spirit wants, apartments.com, Spirit wants to reiterate that you got it. When the time is right, the apartment and things of that nature are going to be available to you. Oh my God, it is so hot right here. Excuse me. I feel like I need a church fan or something. So definitely start doing those things. And also, you might want to look into, I don't know if I have it listed, but I do have an Open Roads oil, you know, and only a few people get that. And you are more than welcome to order the Open Roads candle, which would open your situation and open the pathways for you. Richie Rich is doing part of the work for you. Open Roads will open doors that you never even imagined were doors. It'll create a door where a wall used to be, so that you can make manifest what you need. So It's available to you and will be made available to you when you need it. Okay? I said to you guys how important it is to get uncomfortable. Good. I want you to see that. You see? You see that? I'm not bugging. It's hot. Okay? So as you open doors and trust the process, so much is going to happen for you. So much is going to happen for you. You got to get uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable. Trust the process. A lot of discomfort is going to come, but that's all part of the process. It's just like when you go to the gym and you work out. Your whole goal is to sculpt your body. It could be to lose weight. It could be to sculpt your body, to reduce excess skin, whatever it is for, to build your core. And Spirit is saying to you that in order to get the results that you want to get, you have to get uncomfortable. For instance, I had a church that I went to from the time I was 14 years old. And it had become commonplace for me, this church, this place. And Spirit had to get me really uncomfortable, almost hated, so that I would leave. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hate can be great. Because when people come at you like that, it allows for you to build. It allows for you to say, the parameters of this cage is too much for me, and I have to go beyond it. Hey, Kendra, you got to go beyond what you're comfortable with. Celebration will come. See, that's the problem with us today. Too many of us want instant gratification. Spirit is saying no. Do the work. We keep looking for tangible people or people outside of us to support us, to give us the okay, to be loved, to be known, to be understood. And Spirit is saying no. We are here. We're your spirit court. We're your ancestors. We're your creators. We are your bloodline, right? Really, that's all you need to begin. You know that old church song? And I was thinking about it. I was told through one of my readers that I needed to pray more. I had gotten away from praying because to me, praying was connected to the church. And there was so much hurt in the church that I really did not want to pray. But as I begin to open up and just talk to Spirit and talk to God and commune with the great I am. And I say that to mean whatever you feel I am is. Y'all, I said I wasn't going to play with my hair, but I had to take it off my neck. Whatever you think I am is, having to commune with God and the great I am. There was this saying when I did go to church, and they used to sing it, especially during first Sundays, because that's when they did communion. I knew it was the blood. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood for me. The creators of Christianity aren't stupid. They took our traditions and laced them throughout Christianity. The sacrifice, the blood sacrifice of Christ himself is blood magic. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood for me. Now I want you to switch that around and say, I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood in me, because your ancestral line is very, very, I'm sorry, Mama. I know I said I wasn't going to mess with my hair, but I'm over here sweating and I already showed the people in the videos. So, I know it was the blood in me. When you call out to your ancestral line and the people who have passed away that have your DNA, that have your blood, that can open doors for you spiritually on the other side, you'd be a fool not to use it. Because other people are using theirs. How many of you have seen the movie Coco? It's not necessarily that the lead character, who turned out to be the villain, had family that was putting him on their apprentice, what we in African culture call our altars. But what was happening was that he was being celebrated and he was being honored on many prendas, in many homes, in many walls. He was given many things. Lots of sacrifices were made for him. Lots of things were put up for him. So he was never going to be forgotten, and that kept his longevity in spirit. So what needs to happen, guys, is you need to start from the beginning. Too many of us want to start in the middle. Now, I'm not talking about religions or traditions that need you to be initiated, because here's the deal. And I love a load of people who are initiated, who are priests in Palo, in Santeria, in Lukumi, in different traditions, in so many traditions I can go on and on about. Lots of people that I'm aware of. But it is also like, almost like fraternities or pledging a sorority. You have to be chosen. A lot of times people don't want to choose you. But here's the thing. You already belong to a spirit. You already belong to a spirit court. You already belong to a fraternity and a sorority. And they have your exact DNA. It is often said, and I've heard it before, that most of the people who won the presidency or who have been in the presidential line are people who are second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, eighth, 10th times removed, that they're all cousins. At first I was like, that's crazy. But in truth, when you do some research, you begin to see things that pop up. It's a sorority and a fraternity. Understand, more so a fraternity because we have not had a female president yet. But understand that nothing happens without that permission. You gotta... Too many times we have little adages that make it okay to stay comfortable. You know that one, I gotta get in where I fit in. No. I challenge you to say that you can't fit a square peg into a round hole. You're not supposed to fit in because you were born to stand out. Why are you trying to amalgamate? Why are you trying to make a way when you're not supposed to be there? You're not. Again, guys, I'm doing cards tonight. I'm pulling tonight. So if you got a question, go ahead and fill out right below in the line. Also want to say hi, guys who joined in that are new. For those of you who had ordered from Geechee Gullah Rooted, all orders have been completed. I was going to mail them out on Saturday when a kid who was drunk and riding his ATV hit the back of my car and caused significant damage. The kid was drunk and ran off drunk and left his ATV and everything in the middle of the street. I'm okay. My son's okay. We're just making sure everything is good. So everything is going to be mailed out on Tuesday. Okay, and the next question I had was from April, and she kind of had the same question that Melissa had about finding a place. I said earlier, and for those of you who were not on the broadcast earlier, that within the next 5 years, there's going to be a lot of changes. If and when you can, the railroad has those spikes. If you've ever seen them, they're like spikes, railroad spikes. Thank you, Alondria. They use to lay down the railroad tracks. I think Amazon has them. Try to get you some, because in the next, after 5 years, there's going to be a great upheaval. Lots of people are going to lose their homes. A lot of people are going to lose their income, and you want to secure what it is that you're doing. Right now is preparation time. There's going to be a great upheaval. It is already started in the United States. Mark my words. things are going to be different. Things are going to change. Okay? So you got to prepare for the change. There's going to be some stuff weather-wise. I talked about earthquakes. We're already experiencing tornadoes. I think Alabama had one. There's going to be some major shifts. And there's some people doing some work right now. Some blood magic people who you think would never do that or were never into that. And it's going to shift. They're trying to get rid of what they consider the lower class and the middle class. And if you've seen those movies where the only people that survive are the ones that can buy their plane ticket or buy their boat ticket or whatever vehicle they're using to get out. What I'm telling you is that things are about to change. So you need to secure yourself, secure your home. I'm going to be doing some classes in April. I'm going to show you about how securing yourself and securing your place and securing your place of business, whether you own your own business or whether you're working somewhere, to securing your place so you don't lose your place, okay? This is amazing. I didn't have any ice left. And I had bought a bottle of Spumante. So I decided to open it and have it with you. And the funny thing is, whenever I have me a drink, Spirit comes in louder. I don't tell people that. Y'all are the first group I've told that. Okay, you got 2 cards that came up, April. Your first card is every journey starts with a single step. And I love this card because that represents you. You see, she's got one suitcase and she's stepping. But look at the bands of manifestation around. Okay? The bands of manifestation says that every time she steps, she's manifesting. And you already know about that. You already know about how manifestation works. You know that as you think it, whatever you think about, you bring about, and you have been moving things. Hey, Tracy. And your next card was you're in the world and not of the world. So I'm getting that the way your place comes about is not conventional. You need to start speaking to your neighbors or getting very friendly with the people that you're around, because they're going to get information about apartments and places before you do. Like today, I was speaking to the postal girl and she told me, oh, there's an apartment over here. I'll keep my eye out. We exchanged information. She said, I'll text you and let you know, because I deliver mail, what's available. You see how that works? So you're not going to come about things traditionally. Things are going to open for you in new and exciting ways. So just trust the process. If you guys have more questions, please ask them in the chat right down there. Hey, Tyra. And you guys, I see a flourish of babies coming. Babies, but we can't expect them to change the world. We got to do some changing for our babies right now. And right now is the time that we invest in their knowledge. It's time to break the monotony. I'm hoping, even though I'm 45, to be a mom again one day. That would be so great. If it happens, I will be so blessed, and I will do, I did great with my son. My son is going to be 23 in August, but there's so much I did not teach him because I did not know. So I'm definitely going to teach my next child about African traditions and religions and spirituality and his ancestors and her spirit courts and everything that's available to her or him directly, so that they can manifest the life that they want to manifest. We were not meant to be under the heels of people. And this is a very important year. I've said it before. I will say it again. The first slave ships touched over in the Northern Hemisphere in 1619. All right. And now we're in 2019. And it was declared in the Bible that we would be a lost people in a land that wasn't our own, but that the bondage would end in 400 years. We have hit the 400 mark. This is the reason there's going to be a lot of shifting. Because the people who have had control for over 400 years are not going to be happy with giving up control to you. It's already built into their belief system, especially if you are a person of color, that you are less than. I also want to say to you, and I've said it before, you have ancestors that are more than just the color you think you are. They're more than just the color you think you are. They are white, brown, red, yellow. They come in all spectrums. And you got to start respecting that so that they can start opening doors for you. So, guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, please put them below in the chat. I will pull a card for you. I also want the best for you. This is the reason, and let me tell you something. One of the hardest things in the world is to get up here and to put away all your inhibitions and share of yourself. And talk to people about the things that Spirit is giving you. You know, a lot of people that grew up with me think that I'm an extrovert, when in fact I'm introverted. I really could do with not engaging with people, but I realized that I gotta get uncomfortable. The same thing I'm telling you, get uncomfortable. There's going to be a lot of changes in careers. A lot of you guys are going to leave behind the things that you are now doing, and you're going to do something different. There's a lot of people who are serial workers that work for other people that are going to change their careers because they're going to start working for themselves. There are going to be other people who were like, I changed my career. For over 20 years, I was a secretary. Now I'm an assistant teacher. Spirit is going to be shifting me again. I feel the change. And here's a person who's a lifelong New Yorker, born and raised, and Spirit is saying, it's time to go. And there's going to be a lot of upheaval. I pray that you are preparing yourself. I pray that you are preparing yourself. And I want you to look amongst all the things that are happening to you, all the things that have manifested for you, little things that you had to do that you probably threw away and said, I'll never have to deal with that again. And Spirit is saying, no, I had you deal with those little things because you're going to be doing it more permanently now. And that little bit of experience is going to be your experience. There's a couple of you on the line right now that have business ideas, and you're terrified. And Spirit says, I can't work if you don't work. I can't. Your trust is the fuel, and your prayers and your gratitude are the fuel that your spirit team, your ancestors, need to work. They put all that they have in you, all their hopes, their dreams. You are the promise that they've been waiting for. Because the ones that came before you, either they were so entrenched in church or mosque or whatever they were doing that they can't see the possibility that energy is never dissipated. It's just transferred from one place to another. So your energy was transferred from being a living being on earth. Their energy was transferred from being a living being on earth to being an ancestor, a soul that's still that still exists, but it's just not inhabiting a body. And then look how many people that you have been connected to that still exist. What I'm basically saying is that you really need to get out your own way. Get out your own way. Trust the process. Hey, Kay. You know, enough of us are not doing that. We're not trusting the process. We're not trusting how doors are open for us. We're not trusting anything. We're not even trusting our own love of self. There's a lot of people that are on this line or will see this video later, and this comment is especially for you. Spirit is talking to me that we all need to do a lot of self-love work. A lot of people feel like their ancestors are not there. They're not hearing from their ancestors. And the reason for that is that you've clogged the drain. You're not hearing from them because you are in the way. And I'm going to explain that. Your lack of self-love is a drain, is a clog in the drain. Because you're not loving on yourself and you're not wanting higher for yourself, you're not pulling from your highest self. And your highest self is near your ancestral cord. So because you're not near your ancestral cord, you're not getting the information and the downloads. You're not getting what you need to get to become your best possible self. Kendra, why the sad face? Share, please. So how uncomfortable are you willing to get? Are you willing to do the work? There's some of you who need self-love baths, self-love showers if possible. Some of you need to take yourselves out. I know it's not quite spring yet, but I definitely need to get myself to a beach and near a body of water. Because it is in that space and in that place I can feel my ancestors wrap themselves around me. Yeah. Not good. Not good. Holding your emotions in. It's almost like taking a can of pop and shaking it really hard. Eventually, it's going to explode. And everybody should not be partial to your time. You and I have had that discussion before. Everybody is not worthy of your time or your energy. Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Also, you got to be careful of those who pretend to celebrate you. We know that on Palm Sunday, they hailed Jesus, and the next week they nailed him. In my classes, I'm going to be talking to you guys about blood magic. Yeah, I can pick that up, Kendra. I really do. A lot of vampiric energy. People who will usurp what they believe you have. They want the glory that they think you have, but they don't want to put in the work. And I talk to you guys a lot about that. You know, it doesn't matter whose lives you visit, who you enjoy, whether it's me, whether it's Bridget, whether it's M, whether it's Terrence, whether it's Satin, whoever it is that you are watching on these lives. You know, we get excited and we see their success, and you know, we think, I want that, I need that, I deserve that, and you do. But you have to understand that there's a level of work that we all went through to get where we are. And you gotta be willing to put in the work. Nobody else can do that for you. And mind you, I'm still in a process of working. I am still in a process of getting to where I need to get. There are days when I'm laying in my bed and legit, I'm like, I don't want to go live. But the message I get from my ancestors all the time is get uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable now so you'll be comfortable later. I remember taking my dad to go see the movie Dreamgirls because he had taken me to see the play when I was 7 and again when I was 8. And I said to my dad, Daddy, I'm going to be so rich. And he looked at me and he said, you're already rich. I said, what? He said, you're rich with the love of your family and friends. And I said, Daddy, not nigger rich. Sorry for those who get offended, but that's what I said. Not nigger rich, legitimately rich. My dad did not talk to me for weeks. For weeks. And I just had to realize, you know what? That's his thing. I know what I'm here for. We all have different reasons. We all have different purposes. We all have a different understanding. But what I'm saying to you is that when you stop and you don't embrace the gift, when you don't do your work, the shit that you're supposed to do you know that you not only stop yourself, but the generations of people behind you that are supposed to be inspired by you? We are all matches. We will all ignite once we're inspired. Are you willing to inspire yourself? Are you really willing to do the work to get the information that you need to become your best possible person? Kay said you'll once you get to that level, you'll realize you don't want that shit. But let me just say, Kay, what Spirit has given me. There is a level that you are supposed to be on that it's not a house of cards, honey. Once you get the right people in your court and around your energy, there's going to be things you're dealing with now that you won't ever have to deal with. Because Spirit is going to make sure that the right people are around you that will support your vision. Hey, Tammy. Right now, you're in a place where, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong, where the people that, you got a lot of people and a lot of energy coming to you, but they come to take. What part of you can they take? Kendra said, oftentimes people see who and what you are before you do, and they will latch on. Honey, who you telling? Why you think I'm always drinking in my lives? Not drinking like alcohol for those of you who are new, but drinking in terms of I have to have some sort of libation. A lot of times I have a big cup of ice and I'm drinking it and it's turning into water and I'm eating the ice. And the reason being for that is because the people that come on my lives attach and they pull on my energy because of what they think I am or what they think I can do or what they believe I could. It's not even that. It's not that. I'm just getting into formation for what it is I'm supposed to be doing. That's it. And guess what? I want to support you like you want to support me. But the key to that is getting uncomfortable. Yeah, Kay, I do know. I do know what that is. And Spirit is saying enough. Because guess what? You have 2 children who are going to be watching. And if you don't care for yourself first and appeal to your spirit team first, you will drain yourself to a level that your children will believe that this is a normalcy. and that they will need to do the same thing. You have got to start with your spirit court. When we need help, when you need money, when you need whatever, are you going to go to your family first, or are you going to go to someone you don't know? Now, I'm not saying your family will help you all the time, because I know it's been my experience. My family loves me. But I know when it came to my products and my business, that it was people I didn't know, especially on social media, that supported my vision. But what I'm telling you is that your ancestor court can move things spiritually for you that other people can't. You cannot give from an empty cup. And part of the portion of healing is to admit the truth about where you are. Too many of us have this adage, fake it till I make it. No. You know, I hear a lot. People say, is your healer healed? I ain't knocking nobody. But that shit is bogus. I've seen many broken people help heal people and not get healing themselves. Now, I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm saying that I've seen it. I've seen them open up their chest cavity, their spiritual and emotional chest cavity, to show someone else they're hurt and say, don't walk this way. Don't come this way. I'm still not healed, and you don't have to be here, and save lives. So it's not as conventional as you think it is. It doesn't happen in the way that you think it does. I've seen broken people heal people. And Kay says she's always fighting with her ancestors, arguing and crying. Meanwhile, I'm preaching self-love and helping people better themselves. And you gotta practice what you preach. You gotta swallow that pill whole. You can't preach something to someone that you're not willing to do. Trust me. Here's the truth. Just 2 days ago, my inner child was acting out so bad. I had to call Terrence because I woke up in the morning feeling like, why am I awake? Hold up. Why am I feeling suicidal? Demon, no. No. Absolutely not. Fix it. And you got to be strong enough to admit when you need shit fixed, when you need shit healed. Oh my God, it's so hot in here. I'm trying to lift this window, guys. Yeah, so you got to be strong enough to admit that when you need stuff healed, and you got to face certain things. And Karen says, I look scary. Why do I look scary, Karen? This is interesting. You got to be willing to admit when you need certain things. And you got to be willing to admit and face the facts of what's going on in your life so that you can get uncomfortable and face those things. Uncomfortable is good. Uncomfortable means I'm totally working from the place that I need to work with so I can evoke change. How many of us are truly happy in the place we are? And how many of us want differently than what we have? And that's part of the reason why I said it's important to celebrate and not tolerate. If you're in a place where you're feeling like people are usurping your energy and power, then you have to renegotiate the terms of your contract. And what I mean by that is that we all make a contract. We all make either a verbal, emotional, or silent contract with how we're going to be treated, what we're going to accept, what we're going to expect. We do. What contract have you signed? What have you said okay to? And you got to be willing to admit that. Kendra said earlier that oftentimes people see before you see. And it's true. Oftentimes, they do. And they will try to stop who you are so that you don't get to the level of greatness that they already see. Guys, I'm also doing readings tonight. I have my cards available. I'm willing to pull a card for you and give you what Spirit gives me for you and make some changes. I'm melting over here. I'm so hot. The heat is up so high in here, and it's not as cold as it was last week. So I'm legitimately, like, the fan is on, the window is open, and I'm still sweating. So I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why Karen says I look scary. But, yeah. And I didn't either. Think back, Kendra. Think back to the woman you met in New York, right? I knew what people were saying to me, but I didn't believe it. I knew people saw my power. Yeah. I saw my... I didn't see my power. A lot of people saw it when I couldn't. And people would say to me, girl, you're so powerful. Girl, you could do this, you could do that. And I didn't really receive that because I didn't believe it. And now I'm in a different place. I'm in a different place, and I believe everything that they said about me. You really want to know who you are? Listen to your haters. They'll tell you. They will tell you. I've had people say certain things to me, and I listen in between the words. Another thing I said earlier, and I'm going to repeat, it bears repeating right now. Stop running away from these fucking retrogrades. They're actually your friends. They give you a chance to reset. A retrograde is like that period in the test after you, like, right before you put your pencils down and the teacher tells you, you got 5 minutes to review. It's that time where the pressure is off because now I don't have to rush to fill in a bubble. All the bubbles are filled in. And now I'm just revisiting to make sure that I answered the right questions or that I answered the questions correctly. A retrograde is a reset. It brings to the surface the things you need to revisit. And I don't mean like every time an old relationship comes up, you examine it. Sometimes it comes back up not for you, but for the other person. There's a reason why the planets are doing the Cupid Shuffle, because you've got to revisit the shit that you've been through. It allows you to take inventory on the things that you have in your life. What do I need? What can I throw away? What can I be rid of? And Kendra said, stop the tape recorder that's playing. Play a new tape. Alondria said, the last card reading I got, the diving the light. How do I go about achieving more knowledge so I can achieve my higher self? I feel like I'm stagnant, but I could be impatient. Well, what I'm going to do is flip a card because I think you sent a donation tonight. And I'm going to try if Spirit will allow, because I'm not always allowed. But if Spirit will allow, I will try to give you more insight tonight. Your card tonight is relax the hold of darkness and be a cause. And it makes perfect sense. Okay? The person in the picture, and what the card basically means when it says relax your hold on the darkness is the comfortability that I spoke about. The comfortability that I spoke about, that we get really comfortable with what we know. and what we can understand. And we use that as a springboard. And Spirit is saying that you got to release that darkness and hold on to your cause. And your cause are the things that, you know your gifts already. You know what you're able to do. You know what's plausible. You know what's good for you. You know what you can see. You know what you can feel. But Spirit is saying you're looking at it with your human eye, and you need to begin to look at it with your spiritual eye. You got dive for the light, because pretty soon you're going to get a lot of signals. If you have not started getting them already, a lot of things, signals, all these stuff going to start coming to you. You have to prepare for them. They are coming. And when they come, they probably are already coming. Because you're holding on to your human understanding, you're not receiving in them in the way that you should. So prepare your antennae so that you can catch the signal and get the information. Okay? And I hope that helps. Okay? Guys, if you have not already done so, please go to my PayPal, go to my Cash App, send a minimum donation of $7.77. It takes a lot out of me to do a reading with you. So I definitely want you guys to get the energy exchange that you're supposed to. Because sometimes we, wow, this is cute. Yeah, that is cute. Sorry, Mom. I told my mother I wasn't going to play with my hair tonight, but I'm doing it. So, because I'm hot. Only because I'm hot, right? So, there's an energy exchange that is necessary. So, when you do that, or when you do an energy exchange, you know, you get a nice, beautiful, palpable, tangible reading. And you get a true to life reading. But when you are getting a bunch of stuff, not that my readings are ever not true, because I get it straight from Spirit. I remove Renee before I even come on my live, and I allow Spirit to inhabit me so that you get the best information possible. But sometimes we can trip up our fortune by not doing reciprocity, which is important. Okay. Kendra said she had an ex come back with this retrograde. And yeah, sometimes they come back for them. Okay, Juju, let me just say to you, I really think you need an extensive reading. Okay? How I read. I'm learning tarot. If you notice, I never really have tarot cards. Tarot cards are a whole different meaning. What I do is I pull Oracle. And when I pull Oracle, I pull and I don't read the book. I give you what Spirit gives me. Okay? So if you want to do a full reading with me, I can send you the price list in the messenger. And we can book a time so that you can have a full reading. But tarot is something I do not do. Because to me, I even though it's true, because all the readings are true, tarot for me is restricting to my gifts. I need to be able to give you and move myself out the way. And the cards are only done for the benefit of the people who I pull for, so they don't think I'm pulling something out of my behind. But I can do a complete reading without any cards. So the cards that I use that are best for me to use are Oracle, because it allows me to say, this is my starting point, and this is what Spirit gives me to give you. Does that make sense? And Kay said, what can I do to create the family dynamic I want? Husband, wife, kids. I want another baby, but this time with my husband. Right off the bat, before I flip your cards, and I'm going to flip your cards, is that you need to spend some time with your ancestors. And you need to have a day where you're not online. You need to have a day that strictly belongs to them. You know, I say to people sometimes that's during Saturday morning when you cleaning, you know, that Saturday morning. I don't know if you did this in your family. But in my family, my mother we knew when she put on certain music that it was time to clean, right? So if I really ever want to clean my house and get in the cleaning mode, I have to put on disco. Isn't that crazy? I have to put on disco, and I will go through the house and I will start to clean. So, Spirit is saying they want a day from you. So give them a day, possibly like a Saturday when you get up early and you're doing the work and you are cooking and preparing. See, she said the Isley brothers. You're cooking, you're preparing, you're getting your altar ready, you're cleaning your altar, you are taking care of your children, and they need to see that. They need to see it as a practice and a tradition so that they can carry it on in your home and in their households, okay? So, if you want to do that, this is during the time that while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're prepping your altar, while you're making food for your ancestors, you definitely need to start doing your petitions. Your petitions have to be in the way of open roads. Your petitions have to be in the way of, I'm getting open roads, definitely. Saying expedite is always good. I don't know what traditions you are, but Yemaya is great for children, as is Oshun. So possibly doing some river work and some ocean work so that you can, the river work is for Oshun to ask for that fertility, and the ocean work for Yemaya to sustain the motherhood bond and the trust. Hold on. And you have to release allegiances. This card comes up because it's telling you that you got to release what you know. Notice how she's sitting and she's completely bare and she's completely open. But you see all of the, these are like, you see the flies? They're feeding off her, almost like bowflies. And Spirit is saying you have to release what you have known or what you know to be. Am I making sense? There are people and things you have allegiances to, like Haj's dad. You know, you had to release that view or that false picture in your head of what you wanted with him, because it's holding back what's really there for you. There are relationships that you had, which was with him, and a friendship that you had, which you're going to find out pretty soon is not the friendship that you thought it was. And it's going to come like a booming revelation. And as soon as you unclog the drain of those things and those people, things will start to open for you unbelievably. Okay? So definitely get you some river work for Oshun. Yemaya for your ocean work. You're going to pick a day. I would say a Saturday. Some people do Sunday, but Saturday is the optimal day. You know what music moves you. Also, make sure you play. Keep in mind that this is a day that you're making for your ancestors. Put everything and everyone away, and it's got to be a day for them. And now is when you start teaching your children these traditions right now. And I hope that answers you. Okay, and I just got something from my cousin Vivian. Hey, my cousin Erica's here. Hey, Viv, are you still there? Let me know. Do you have a question or do you want a general card pulled? For those of you guys who don't know, I do readings. I let Spirit speak into me. I give you the information that Spirit gives me. I remove myself and let Spirit work. And I put up my Cash App and my PayPal. There's a minimum donation of $7.77. You can give more if you choose. But the baseline is $7.77. And also, when you get a chance, go check out my page, Geechee Gal Roots. All right? Geechee Gal Roots, and you'll see my product list. I have oils, I have soaps, I have body butter, I have sugar scrubs, and these things are spiritually imbued to help you to get to what you need. Like my oil, Richie Rich. People have gotten my Richie Rich oil, and every single person that has gotten it has been blessed with finances and jobs. So I want you guys to get what it is that my ancestors have put into me and into my hands, and thereby into you by getting the products. Vivian, restore and replenish. Restore and replenish. You're getting this card. Spirit is saying you need a reset. You have been driving full speed ahead to try to make things happen the way that you feel or you see they should happen. And Spirit is saying you're working harder, not smarter right now. So you need to definitely do a reset and find a different angle to make things blow up for you financially in the way that you need to do it. That means you have to step back so that Spirit can speak to you. Also, I will never forget the conversation we had about spirituality and how things changed for you and your mom and the water and the statues and everything. But Spirit is saying to you that if you can at least light one candle and communicate with them, that they'll pour all that information you need regarding your finances into you. And also go check out Geechee Gal Roots. I put a listing of my products up. Kendra is saying that Maximilian is bomb. Maximilian is one of my money oils. Okay, so I have money oils that'll help you with your finances. There's Richie Rich, which brings money from all directions. In the front of your hands, when you place the oil, there's money you're expecting. In the back of your hand is money that you're not expecting. On the top of your feet, so that money can guide, you can be guided to money. And on the bottom of your feet, so that you walk into money. I've got Lakshmi, which is an oil that has a Hindu basis. And in the Hindu basis, it was made on the Festival of Lights. Lakshmi is a goddess where if you see her statue, she's standing in money. She's dripping money. It's an amazing oil. It started on a new moon, which was the Festival of Lights, which is Diwali. And then it matured to the full moon, which was Black Friday last year. And it's an amazing oil. I've got Maximilian, as Kendra said. Maximilian was made and with the scripture of Exodus 3 and 8 in mind, where God makes the promises to the people of Israel that were just set free from Egypt, that he would lead them to a land of milk and honey, overflowing with milk and honey. So it has milk, dried honey in it, and oils in it to enrich the life you now lead. It's an amazing oil. And my final money oil is called Cardi B. And actually it's called Cardi Bag. Okay? And it's for people who are in the arts that want more, that want doors open for them. You know, like maybe you're acting, maybe you're singing, maybe you're writing, whatever it is that is in Hollywood or in the music industry or the film industry or the theater industry, and it opens doors. And I have people using it right now, and it's pretty amazing. So, you definitely need to connect with an ancestor, and you can start small. I tell people when they're getting into this, start with a tea light. Start with a tea light, maybe a picture of somebody who passed away, and you know, talk to your ancestors, seen and unseen. I know you've been waiting for me. I know that you have set aside this time for me and you. And I'm asking first and foremost, before I go any further, protection over what I'm saying. I'm asking a blockage of any low-level entities that would come in and pretend to be you, be blocked. I'm asking for my bloodline, my ancestral line. I'm asking for my ancestral truth, my blood truth. And I ask that you stand with me. And doors will open. I've seen it. Okay? So guys, definitely glad about you. Definitely glad that you're going to make a decision today. And as the numbers go up and down and I see the people get in the room, You know, there was a time when I would be so upset when I would look at the numbers and go, I'm not really reaching people. But I realized that I am. Because guess what? Those 5 and those 8, they tell other people. Anytime, Vivian, I love you to the moon and back. Girl, I ain't had a steak like the steak you made for me since you made it for me. I dream about your steak in my dreams. My ancestors want some of your steak. So, definitely, I like that Kendra said she got a spiritual hit squad. Okay? It's all around you. Your spirit guides will lead you to the right people who are there for you, who will open doors for you. Right now, I'm in a place, right? I'm going to tell y'all what's happening. Right now, I'm doing everything that I've done alone so far. Alone. It is scary, right? So, Geechee Galarooted has picked up, and people are ordering, and that's great. But then I got my makeup line, which is almost ready to go. And the only thing that's holding me up right now, I don't do websites and shit, right? So I bought GeecheeGalGorgeous.com as a domain. But I don't know how to place the domain in the server so that it directs the traffic to my website. And it is very stressful because I need to get this done so people can start ordering their makeup. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I trust the process. I trust that if it's taking this long, it's because Spirit has something that is extra special that it wants to get out. And I'm going to figure it out. I don't know how. I'm going to figure it out. I trust the Spirit is going to send something or someone along that says, oh, all you have to do is plug this name in this place and it'll get done. I trust the process. How about you do that? Does anybody else have a question or want a card pulled? Oh, y'all. You know what else is going on? It's retrograde. I'm getting a lot of trolls, right? 3 so far. Just like the young lady came on and she said to me, I look scary. I don't know what that was about. I had somebody come on and attack me, telling me I'm leading people to Christianity, which is a religion that trapped us. No, I'm telling you my experience. I could preach from a brown paper bag that had words on it. And if I can correctly frame the words or use the story as a potential to get you information, I can and will. All right. And then I had somebody just totally get on my live and attack me the other day. And I realized it's all about the retrograde. Everybody's not going to like you. Exactly. Everybody's not going to like you. You have to understand that sometimes when people start shit with you, it's deflection. Deflection is about, I'm not ready to face my shit, so let's get into your shit. And I'm so not here for it. Look. When the guy came at me, my whole response was, you have a right to feel the way you feel. And I have a right to block the shit out of you. Because I don't mind anybody sharing anything, but I got a problem if you making a comment and I haven't even finished making my statement. So what I'm telling you guys, what I've been saying all night, get uncomfortable, fix your shit, face your demons, right? Embrace who you are. I saw something today that talked about who you are before the change you feel you need to make, before the weight you feel you need to lose, before the words you need to correct. And one of the things that I learned is that we have to love ourselves from where we are right now. If you don't like who you are, loving yourself in the place you are right now is the building blocks you need to climb to the next level of who you're supposed to be. And I guess I gotta ask you guys the same thing that Moana asked Tafiti when because a lot of us are like Tafiti. We've lost our heart and we become these monsters where we're ripping things and ripping people and ripping situations apart. And the question she asked her is, do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? And I find it interesting because it comes up in a lot of Disney and Pixar movies. Before Moana says, do you know who you are? Rafiki says to Simba, you don't even know who you are. And that's the problem. We don't know who we are. We take no ownership over ourselves. You need to understand, a lot of times, and I said this a couple of nights ago, you meet someone, right? And you think you've fallen in love or you made a connection, when in fact, your trauma connected to their trauma, and together you made a traumatic experience. Hey, Lynn, you've made a traumatic experience, and you create more trauma in the lives of your children, or in the lives of your family, or the people who mean the most. You create more trauma in your own life. Think about it. How many times have you reviewed your life and you have been hurt or torn down as a child by people, and then your inner child is still crying because guess what? You continue to inflict the abuse that was inflicted upon them when you were a child. Let me say that again. Your inner child, as a child, suffered abuse. You learned that abuse, and you continued the abuse to your inner child that cannot properly grow because of the trauma that they experienced as a child. What are you willing to tell yourself? You want to keep lying, or you going to tell yourself the truth? By the way, I'm still pulling cards, so if you guys have a question, my cards are available, and you need to put your question down in the bottom of the chat. Right there. And I'll be happy to pull a card for you. Okay? Also, my Cash App and my PayPal are available with a minimum donation of $7.77, and I will give you exactly what Spirit gives me. I'm going to have some spumante right now while I wait for you guys to ask your question. So, April starts my classes. Also, I would ask that you share these lives. Aw, Kendra, you're so great. I ask that you guys share these lives, because in April I'm going to start my classes, and Spirit has told me that I definitely need to start my classes because it's not going to be big in the beginning. I'm not going to have a bunch of students, but word is going to spread. And I share this with you guys because this is actually something that Spirit downloaded into me. There's a lot of people that know about me. Some people I'm their cup of tea, other people I'm not, and that's okay. But when it catches on, when it catches fire, it's going to be it's going to be so explosive. Spirit has already told me the amount of people that join are not my business. You know, and the human side of Renee was saying, you want me to spend this time, you want me to do these classes, you want me to teach people, you want me to let people know, and I gotta move, right? I gotta get the hell out of here, and I don't have a security deposit for another apartment, and I haven't found an apartment. I need help. Spirit has told me the amount of people that join the class is not my business. My business is to teach. Spirit has told me that I'm going to have the appointed time and money that I need when I need it, and I'll be able to move and leave. Now I got to do what I'm telling you guys to do. I got to get uncomfortable, and I got to trust the process. Kendra, I just said earlier, a lot of people within the next 5 years are going to be doing a lot of moving. Honey, make sure you go on Amazon and you get that. As a matter of fact, okay, Spirit just told me something. I get a lot of messages when I'm slightly inebriated because I drank the entire bottle of Spumante while we were sitting here. And Spirit has told me that I'm going to have to buy some steaks and put it on Geechee Gullah Rooted and people can order it. Those railroad steaks will help you be grounded into your place, into your apartment, okay? Or into your house or your home or wherever you decide to move to. Within the next 5 years, there's going to be major upheavals. And we need to prepare for that. That means securing your job. All right? That means getting pecan shells and walnut shells and cracking them and mixing them and hiding them somewhere on your job to secure your job, to ensure that you have a job and keep a job. That means putting railroad spikes in your home to make sure that your home is secure. It's time for change, guys. It's time for change. Does anyone else need a card? Let's see. How long have we been on? So, Taj says she's close to a breakthrough, but she needs something. Like, I hear Spirit, but it's a small block besides myself. Can I get a card pulled on what I can do? You certainly can. And while I'm flipping these cards to pull a card for Taj, you're welcome, honey. Please, guys, go over to Geechee Gal Roots. Geechee Gal Roots. And check out what I have in terms of my oils and things of that nature. And get you some stuff that can help you in your situations. I also do custom blends. So if you have a certain situation or a certain thing that you need, please inbox me and we'll talk about it and we'll decide what you need. Also, a lot of people have been asking me about oils to make it through the retrograde. If you are female, the oil that'll help you through the retrogrades is Goddess Energy. So, Taj, you got new birth, guard it vigilantly. So there's about to be some major changes for you. I'm not getting, like, this could be a pregnancy or not, but I'm not getting pregnancy. I'm getting pregnancy of ideas, pregnancy of thoughts, pregnancy of spirit. I could be wrong, but I'm getting that it's something greater than that. And, yeah, I'm getting that it's something greater than that. That you are pregnant with all of the things that you want to do. You already know what they are. You already have a plan in motion. But Spirit is saying to you that you're going to have to guard it vigilantly. There's some things you're planning right now. Don't share it. Even with people you think are your closest friends. Okay? Because they already see your potential, and before you've already made it happen, they're jealous of you already. And you don't want someone's jealousy to mess with what it is that you have got planned. So, close off and work. Close off and work. You got a beautiful, powerful spirit cord, honey. Absolutely beautiful. Utilize them, because they are just willing and waiting to work with you and for you. And that's the small block. You can remove that small block. They can remove it. It's almost like stepping into that process and realizing you can't get past that block, and knowing that they can and they will. All you got to do is sit with them and ask. Kendra, from your mouth to God's ear. And in my retrograde, guy left and came back. Hey, Carla, don't know if you got the message. Don't know if you've seen it. Everybody's order is complete. My car was hit this weekend by a drunk kid who was on an ATV. So everything will be mailed off on Tuesday. Okay? Is there anybody else that would like a card pulled? And you guys should really ask for your cards right now. And like I told you, a donation is not needed right now. If you just need me to pull right now, that's fine. You can donate whenever you can. That's fine. But I have been taking a few sips of Spumante. And when I do that, when I drink, I let my inhibitions go and spirit fully takes over. So if you need to know something, right now is the time to do it. Oh my God, I can feel my heartbeat in my fingertips. You have 2 dogs already or 2 kids already, Taj? Okay, great. I want another kid. People think I'm crazy. My son will be 23 in August. But I lost 5. I just want a daughter, you know? And Kendra, I'm so going to inbox you later. Yeah, Taj, I can see that. Possibly a rescue. I see you with a rescue. Defend to the end the worthwhile. Defend to the end the worthwhile. Kendra, there is someone around you who needs all of that light and energy you come with. They need you to advocate for them. And Spirit is saying that no matter what happens, stand by this person. It's not only going to be beneficial to her, it's going to be beneficial to you. Defend to the end the worthwhile. Even when it doesn't look possible, even when other people try to talk you out of it, even when other people should try to manipulate your thoughts about this person, Spirit is saying, no, you're on the right path. defend to the end the worthwhile, because it's going to bless you too. And that's not even the reason you're doing it. You're just doing it because you're an awesome person. But I'm telling you, it's going to bless you. Aw, Carla said she loved kids. She would keep having them. Can you have a daughter for me? I have PCOS. But you know what? I'm trusting the process because Terrence did surgery on me. And I feel like now is a good time. I just have to find or trust the process. Yeah. Just have to trust the process. Yeah. So, Kendra, this thing is going to snowball for you. Yeah. This thing is going to snowball for you. This person, you're going to teach them a lot. There's a lot of things they still have yet to know. Goddess Inanna. Ooh. Oh, Carla. Girl, you play around, you'll get Geechee Gullah rooted for life. Play no games, honey. For life. So, guys, if you have another card, because I saw that the viewership picked up, please put it in the chat. I will pull a card for you. I'd be happy to do that, and I would be happy to let Spirit utilize me to give you your message. You better get it now while I'm still drinking Spumante. I'm feeling good. And whenever I'm feeling good, I allow Spirit more access to me so you can get more information. Whoa. So, guys, again, Cash App, minimum donation, $7.77. Also, PayPal is up. Also, Geechee Gal Roots. Yeah. Something tells me she's in your sphere already. But certain things are going to happen to notify you that that it's her. Okay, Tyra. You got 2 cards. You got Come to Life. Spirit is telling you that you need to repaint your picture. That the way that you're viewing things and the way you're doing right now, you're just existing. And Spirit is saying that they didn't make you to exist. They made you to live. So notice how she's painting herself in color. You have to break up the monotony of the way your life is now. So if you notice, she has a bird on her shoulder. And the monkey is holding the paint. And they're helping her put her life back together. And that's what you need to do where your finances are concerned. Your second card is collaborative dreaming. There's somebody that you're supposed to be working with in regards to your business and what it is that you want to do. And if you trust the process and you work with this person, it's going to be explosive. So Spirit is saying you're not supposed to do this alone. Your financial situation increases when you remove just yourself and you start working in collaboration with someone else. So I really hope that answers your question. So guys, I am grateful for you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I love you to the moon and back. Wow. I wish more people were asking questions right now because I am so feeling good that I know you would get a maximum answers. And I'm grateful for all of you guys. And I will see you guys on Wednesday night. And guys, when you see me again, no, not Wednesday night, but when you see me again, possibly Sunday, my hair color will be completely white. Completely white. So I am excited because I am coloring my hair a platinum. Oh, I love you guys too. You guys are great. Oh, look at all this love. You guys are making me feel so wonderful. I love you guys to the moon and back. I promise you, I will see you Wednesday night. Join me here. Bring a friend. I want to give away some stuff. Can I give away some stuff? If you guys can join me on Wednesday and bring 2 friends to watch, to stay and watch the entire live, I'm going to pick from the people in the room and I'm going to send out a Lakshmi oil. Lakshmi is the oil she's the Hindu goddess of prosperity. It is an amazing oil. It's not even on my product list yet, so you'll get an exclusive oil. Bring yourself and 2 other people to watch the entire live. And at the end of the live, I'm going to pick from the people that are left to get my Lakshmi oil. Okay? I love you guys to the moon and back. Have a fantabulous night.